Let's say we do one more of these segments for this blog of Christmas, and since we still owe the day the ninth blog of Christmas, we'll continue that there uh, with more Christmassy themed and festive questions, perhaps. We move along to Laura Kremer, who asks, what other comic book character would you want to write? I enjoy the unwritten crossover. Sandman crossover, she posits. And the answer is there will, of course, be no Sandman or other crossovers with Fables because we're bringing it to a close. And one of the essential parts of closing a story or closing a series is that you stop talking and go home. So there will probably not be a crossover between Fables and Sandman in the near future or otherwise. The other question, what comic book character would you want to write? That answer changes over time. I mean, as a kid, I wanted desperately to write Spider-Man. A little older, I wanted Fantastic Four, and a little older, I wanted Thor. In the DC universe, there were all sorts of characters I wanted to write at one time or another, and a few of which I got to in my time with DC. I am probably, as I said, post Fables, going to concentrate on my own stories that I control. Not just because I'm a greedy control freak, but because I'm getting along in years, and one of the frustrations of being in the comics field is having to get a lot of permission from a lot of sources in order to tell good comic stories. And in my dotage, I think I'll do things that I create specifically so that I don't have to get permission from anyone to tell what I consider to be a good story. That said, I'm certain I am a less than perfect person, easily seducible. I'm certain there are things that different companies could tempt me with to come back and dabble with their characters. I think I could do a killer Doctor Strange over at Marvel, and at DC, I have a fondness for an old series I did that didn't really get a good run called Shadow Pact, and sure, I'd like to probably take another swing at that someday, but there are no plans. Daniel Dawson says, will you come to Heroes Con or Nashville and do an Aquaman sketch in my sketchbook, or let me mail it to you to get one? Let's approach that question in reverse. Can you mail it to me, to your sketchbook, to get an Aquaman sketch? No, because I will lose it or not do it or forget it. I have people hired specifically to help me organize and run my schedule because I can't do it. I forget what many people think are important things in life, like paying the power bill, which I usually know it's time to pay it again when they turn the lights off. I'm just not set up to keep track of those kinds of obligations. So no, sorry, you cannot mail it to me. Will I come to Heroes Con again? I probably will in the future. I get invited to a lot of conventions. I try and mix up which ones I attend every year to spread it out a little bit. But Heroes Con is always a lovely convention, and I would be more than happy to come back again. If you're there, and if you have the sketchbook, and if you stick it under my nose, of course I will. I'll do you a sketch. In Nashville, I'm not sure what conventions there are in Nashville, so I'm not sure I'll be there. But could happen. All right, this has been. Well, you know what? I'm going to do the the farewell in the next segment.